the tribunal. Chabela sign in Bemisu. Chabela Mashota Chara. Preparing for live stream. Okay. Looks like it's working. Okay. Jenny, introduction on the guy. Looks like it's working. Good. Get Shunguzo. Okay. Okay. Keep on bomb social. Okay. Hammer and insert the insert. Okay, first we begin with the insert. So you begin by disturbing the slumber of ignorance. So think that insert then show insert touch the leg, everybody.
Touch the leg, Kampola.
Okay. So imagine that Guru Rinpoche, along with Dakas and Dakinis, playing the damarus and bells, and then beautifully music, and you rise to that sound. Everything, yes, vowels and consonants, sound of mantra. And then it is reminding us that, oh, fortunate child, don't you keep on sleeping, wake up. Now it's time for you to practice Dharma and engage your time in achieving the essence of the Dharma, so like that. So you wake up to this inspiration. Music that you hear, or the calling. Okay. Kema ke hol kalde rike bo mari temo wange mame sindro ngarke dada ya long
Tome tune tela tupe mare
wange nilyun de choinge
ane minya koso kelabe kenagana chidana.
Can you mute your mic? Dane manal gosum gela hete ke gal na che dongal mi she sam dere zamya tombe ko ka me drop lai chen roi ke be de lai ba dare chip tende drop de Nyomle ngangla he debe du ma yin chu wai som lai du pya taru kyo. Tsen lai long me che ken sam me cha de tse me tsere den she ma to no. Ke boy ke ni sembe je je rong che lam da ja tong jin te dan. Jo mai mi ju me lam zo nian dan de se dong kare da cha ta bur che. Chu dai chu bur mi gyo ro dren ba so che jai ju me pe chu de shen. Korde che nam ke ge she parai ge che na ran shen ke wa me pa te. Ne me ga me dro me pa o mi me tse mai me che sam je ndu. Den de tom para jawe de la ba. Namo Guru Be, Namo Deva Be, Namo Dhaki Be. Back to page 1. O alas, alas, fortunate child of Buddha nature, do not be oppressed by the forces of ignorance and delusion, but rise up with resolve and courage. Entranced by ignorance from beginningless time until now, you have had more than enough time to sleep, so do not slumber any longer, but strive after virtue with body, speech, and mind. Are you oblivious to the sufferings of birth, old age, sickness, and death? There is no guarantee that you'll survive even past this very day. The time has come for you to develop perseverance in your practice. For at this singular opportunity, you could attain the everlasting bliss of nirvana. So now is certainly not the time to sit idly. But starting with the reflection on death, you should bring your practice to completion. The moments of our life are not expendable, and the possible circumstances of death are beyond imagination. If you do not achieve an undaunted confidence, security now, what point is there in your being alive or living being? All phenomena are ultimately selfless, empty, and free from conceptual elaboration. In their dynamic, they resemble an illusion, mirage, dream, or reflected image. A celestial city, an echo, a reflection of the moon in water. A bubble, an optical illusion, or an intangible emanation. You should know that all things of cyclic existence and nirvana accord in nature with these 10 similes of illusory phenomena. All phenomena are naturally unborn. They neither abide nor cease, neither come nor go. They are without objective referent, signless, ineffable, and free from thought. The time has come for this truth to be realized. Homage to the Lama, homage to the Yidam, homage to the Dakini. Homage to the Lama, homage to the Yidam, homage to the Dakini. So now to the main Longchen Nyingthig text. So then you rise up as with hearing this, a reminder of the Dharma practice, and then you wake up and then you assume the posture of the 7 Vairocana posture. So sitting comfortably. And so that's the posture of the body. And then the posture of the speech, or we say the breath, is to then expel the stale wind. So there were some questions about how to do that. So particularly in Longchen Nyingthig tradition, we do like this. There are different intent in different lineages and so forth. But main thing is you should remember in Longchen Nyingthig, so regarding the channel, so we have 3 channels: center channel, right channel, left channel. So our center channel is light blue or blue. Our right channel for male is white. For female, it's red. And then for male, the left channel is red. For female, the left channel is white. So why the male has white channel in the right and female have white channel in the right is because you think you are female and we think we are male. That's why that those channels represent differently. So it's not that we have to visualize separately. It's just that our channel appears to be slightly different from another, like that. So the first thing we do in the morning is to breathe out from the right nostril. It's very important. Our first breath that we expels from the right nostril, regardless of our sexes or gender. So the first breath that we expel out is from our right nostril. So that means we have to breathe in through our left and breathe out through our right. Remember that one. So to do that, that's why what we do, we make this Vajra fist. So it's sometimes 1-prong Vajra, 3-prong Vajra, symbolizing the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, like that. And then these channel, there is this channel called the Channel of Affliction, this main channel that joins our hip here and the thigh here, just right here. So what we do is we need to block this one, the left first. We need to press this one here, like this. You have to block. And then in order to breathe in, we breathe in through our left, so therefore we need to plug our right nostril. So you breathe in through your left. And then you breathe out through your right nostril. Like that. So along with this one, there's visualization, there's desire living. It's regardless of our gender, it's desire living through emitting or expelling through our body. There is this obscurations or hindrance in our body that we get attached to what is called bliss. That obscuration is dispelled. And then there is this like spirit. That's a male demonic spirit is what is living out from our body, male demonic spirit. It's slightly twisted, but you will understand in the intent. So it's the male demonic spirit living from your body. Now we reverse and change your hands. You press your right, this juncture here, and plug your left nostril and breathe in through your right. And then you close your right nostril, so you breathe out through your left. Like that. And usually this is repeated 3 times. So we'll do that one. So, okay. So plug in your right nostril and breathe in through your left. Plug your left nostril and breathe out through your right. Okay, reverse your hand. Plug your left nostril and breathe in through your right. Then plug your right nostril and breathe out through your left. Okay, back to 1. So again, plug your right nostril and breathe in through your left. Then plug your left nostrils and breathe out through your right. Okay, now the other hand, plug your left nostril and breathe in through your right nostril. Breathe out. Now plug the right nostril and breathe out through your left. So that one, now we did left, right, left, something like that. So whichever you want to say. So we did the right channel, the left channel, right channel, left channel, right channel, left channel. So this time we do breathe in through both your nostrils. Okay, again breathe in. Again breathe in. This time again breathe in. And then you wipe this down like this. Like wipe your this thigh down here like that. With the back of your wrist like that. That. So anyway, we don't want to spend much time, but that's the way of doing it. So in other tradition and so forth, that it's done slightly differently, but this is the way how it is done. And the way of breathing, alternating the expelling the breath, it's done 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So then both 1, 2, 3 like that. Or you could do 1, 2, both 3. 1, 2, both 3. 1, 2, both 3 like that. You could do like that too. So it doesn't matter. So in Longchen Nyingthig, the one that we did today is the way how it is done too. So that. And first for today, this is good enough. So you breathe in through your left nostril, regardless of what gender. Breathe in through your left nostril. And the first breath that goes out is through our right nostril. Always remember. That way, no obstacle happen during the day, that's called. You'll have very good day. So the idea is you need to breathe out through your right nostril. So that's why you breathe in through your left. And the main thing is the channel, the left channel here is inserted in your right, and you breathe out through your right nostril. When you breathe in through your left, when you breathe in through your right now, the video in front of me confuses me because the video is flipped. So when you breathe in through your right, the right channel is inserted in your left, and you breathe out through your right like that. So then when you're doing both the channels are inserted in your center channel. Then you breathe out through both your nostril, but you imagine it's living through the center of your brows or your forehead here like that. And then the affliction, the emotion or the klesha is desire. The first thing that's living our body is desire. And then the obscuration, our clinging habit to bliss. And then the demonic expression is the male demonic expression that's living from our body. So you might think female demon expression, but it's actually the male demonic expression is living for both of us, for both male or female, like that. And when you're doing the second one, meaning now you're breathing in through your right nostril, when you do that, then the affliction is anger. And then the obscuration is our attachment to the clarity aspect of our meditation. And then the demonic spirit is the female demonic spirit. So then we expel that out. In the first one, when the air leaves out, it moves out like in a dark red, like a maroon or dark red air. In the second breathing, it moves out in a dark blue color. And then when you're doing from both our nostrils, then it is our ignorance, which is the mental affliction that's related to both these channels. So ignorance, and the obscuration is our attachment to non-thought or no thought. And then the demonic spirit is the Naga demonic spirit. So the hybrid demonic spirit is what lives out. And this time now, grayish, dark, white or black, like gray kind of color leaves our body, like that. Okay, you have to remember that one. So, okay, having expelled that, then now you can do the Vajra breathing. So as you breathe in, Om, 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 white Om, red blue Om, white Om, red blue Om, white Om, 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 or like that. 7 times is good enough for now. And then the state of our mind, the posture is to understand, to bring forth bodhicitta. Whatever we do, we are doing in order to bring all motherly sentient beings whose number pervade the vastness of space. I want to bring them all to the state, this precious, the state of the precious Buddhahood. Say the perfect and complete precious Buddhahood. Say, Dzogbe Jiangsu Rinpoche, it's called. Dzogba is perfect. Jiangsu is Buddhahood. Rinpoche means precious. So the perfect and complete precious Buddhahood. So for that purpose, I will engage in this Dharma practice. So that's the altruistic motivation. And then we'll do the blessing of the speech. And Longchen is the Wonderland. Page 3. Om Ahum Chewam Brahmi Lejung Mesene Vemaranambe Dorje Zesumbo Ale Kale Tarkor Tendreni Mude Tenwai Tabu Yigdrule Veten Gewai Seche Chebene Lardu Ngagre Dane Sundoroje Chenlai Ngedru Tamche To Parajuru Om Ahum. Fire rising from rum syllable consumes my tongue, transforming it into a three-pronged Vajra of red light. In its center are the vowels and consonants, surrounded by the mantra, the essence of interdependent origination. From these syllables, like a string of pearls, light rays stream out, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, pleasing them. As these rays return, all obscurations of my speech are purified, and I receive all the blessings and siddhis of Vajra speech. A I U re re li li e I o wang ha ka ka ga ga nga cha cha ja ja na ta ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum te shantata gato haya vadata te shancha yo nirhoda evam vadi mahashramana swaha a u re re li li e I o ang ha ka 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 ga nga cha 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 na ta ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetun te shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi mahashramana swaha a u re re li li e I o ang ha ka ka ga ga nga cha 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 ja na ta ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetun te shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi mahashramana swaha a u re re li li e I o ang ha ka ka ga ga nga cha 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 ja na ta ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma Yara lawa shasa saha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetun te shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi mahashramana swaha a u re re li li e I o ang ha ka ka ga ga nga cha cha ja ja na da ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma yara lawa shasa saha cha Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetun te shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi mahashramana swaha a u re re li li e I o ang ha ka ka ga ga nga cha 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 na ta ta da da na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma Yara lava shasa saha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetun te shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi mahashramana so Page 13. Lama ke Lama ke Lama ke 베게살 셰바네 정치든제 라마 야르라신 레다이 깨와 레다이 년모 잡을 zerwaye kewaingen ba dala chobeche Chiwende chen korle jendo jo denda shi jin kun chang shen su se O Lama, please think of me. O Lama, please think of me. O Lama, please think of me. From the blossoming lotus of devotion at the center of my heart, arise, O kind Lama, my only refuge, in order to protect me, the miserable unfortunate one, who is overwhelmingly tormented by karma and mental affliction. I pray that you remain as the jewel ornament on the crown chakra of great bliss, arousing all of my mindfulness and awareness. Page 14. The Zoom Zongen Tom Jeging or Kuje Dani Pandan Lama Dambala Sewa De So Dala Wanguru Jinge Laptosa Sablam Ge Tombai Kebara Jenjula Kewara Jinge Laptosa Kada Nilu Ke Tawa Tombara Jinge Laptosa Lundro Naje Yeshe Tarchembara I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the three times, the embodiment of the four kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the four visions of spontaneous presence. I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the three times, the embodiment of the four kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the four visions of spontaneous presence. Okay, page 17. Daring Yalway Dai the Dro Don Terin Ladai Lalo Lontan Chen Sange Majin Shingdai Kukpan De Mikom Gele Tarwe Dalwato Mirjuru Wangbo Tangdai Yulye Gen Letai Malo Tenlai Depant Rani Jorpang Atsai Sange Jin Chesun Tembai Nedai Delaju Shenen dambe zindan shenjorang ai tamche rang lai changwe ne topchang. Ken Moinge by Mebe Sepane, Jiten Pare Nidu Sembarajo. Lona Chella Jurjen Goroi Ken, Lamge Membara Maton Kungenje. Nisoy Medo Jinchen Lamai Ken, Dare de Den Ye Majena. Chine Tamba Dube Den Mene, De Dretan Lai Senam Sejuran. Shiwe Woto Ingen So Ingen Dro Cham Gede Meshe Cheke Damete. Gewe Shedan Meje Tsangre Che Semjen Samge Janda Rimpa. Samna Mille Tobai Sitai Tsam Miyan Che Me Deglai Che Tongna. Che Jen Che Bai Ninu Karma Zai Lona Che Lai Jorje Guru Lamge Membara Madon Kun Kenje Nisui Medo Jinchen Lama Ken Kalte Mille Rinchen Lingchen Ya Luten Zangla Jurbo Cheyes Tarba Drube Dendo Meron Jin Ke Paraduke Zendan Donga Tro Tengen Toto Babdan Lelo Yen Shenke Jenyo Jikcho Chetarache Monso Terjun Genge Mekomge Dalai Cheke Galdara Lapese Lona Chela Jurje Guru Ken Lamge Membara Madon Kungenje Milnisu Medo Jinchen Lama Ke Joshe Chonshe Depe Nodandra Tese Shambe Chengdan Kunche Zoi Migen Dalai Mezem Letalo Tomba Nyamshin Damse Ralwa De Riche Loye Mikom Nambai Tala Chegen Galdara Labeze Lona Chela Jurchen Guruken Lamge Membara Madon Kunkenje Nisoy Medo Jinchen Lamak Tata Nedan Dungen Gimazer Jenke Laso Shenwa Majurupe Rangwan Tobe Jende Dugde Nyomle Ngando Del Juro Chusena Kordan Longchen Nedu Drewata Itachi Chepa Sungwe Lude Melge Nane Sacho Tomparake Wadan Jage Kiye Jepete Padu Yona Jigbai Shindu Che Lona Chela Jurche Guru Lamge Membara Madon Kungenje Nisoy Medo Jinchen Lamakin Gende Leke Nami Chejen Ran Keparingewe Jikten Nisen Chakse Saje Tenge Gulunje Shole Shodan Tolum Barwetzer Kome Chakin Tumbara Vendumbe Barwe Sejin Gibo Tochurutse Kunne Sawe Mese Gesen Che Ganre Topo Dabdan Chuchangi Chongron Yangai Nesu Boyo Dre Jangre Lungi Tabe Langson Chuburo Jenda Labara Dolwa Chen Rengai Jumi Chebara Dembaya Tsorwen Dunga Nabara Kawaye Zonge Rabdan Cheke Nebaj Shurin Denjen Sodam Bamba Ge Shawu Tene Labara Gedenge Tijen Borde Tangla Kangbai Sho Ralde Tseldo Lila Chetupche Ronya Damse Talse Ramelon Narwene Korowada Jurwachen Kodan Kawa Tabdan Taba So Tato Kojin Chepe Netsewo Namjan Jobge Gangle Jungwe Ju Shena Drabo Kuna Kun Kepense Lona Chella Jurje Guru Ken Lamge Membara Maton Kun Kenje Nisu Medo Jinchen Lamai Ke Dejen Pongla Nyame Gawe Saton Longchen Miyan Medra Parae Sekom Lodarai Midne Yedal Richen Dangwe Tomnam Namba Sum Gangle Jungwe June Senahi Chila Chikza Sebe Jigbai Che Kojin Chebe Nyamta Langdorom Pada Mebe Dungwe Gizerwe Saven Demo Mumbara Chamba Lona Chela Jurje Guru Ken Lamge Membara Madon Kungenje Nisun medo jinchen lama ken chen lam jo chan ne che medom shi. Te chen go shu shen pen sem dan de wang je top chan ke zo me gombe. Lam ge de le lam me del do se ta wa ma do to jo che ba. Gomba yang chang go yu go tai che ba no san rang ge me sembe. Tenden de le lame del do se namba che yang nege no la se na tse yu yang e shong cho se de te bai chung yang yen ten chen do ma re de le lame del do se ken kara chor yang du ze ne koro se wen ba ten chang rang ju shing tara ren dul wara mra yang cha dan ma jing pe Chege dele lame del do se, nito dele nyur do sen do se, temen dele nyur do yon do se. Refuge. Bring in mind your root guru in the form of leg-bound Vajra sitting in front of you in this mass assembly. Genjo sum ngen de je zawan sum zalon tele ranjen jang cho sen. Ngo ranjen to je kel gol lai jang cho ning bo ba do jang sun che. Konjo sum ngen de je zawan sum zalon tele ranjen jang cho sen. Ngô rang jin tu je kyo kor lai jang chun ning bo hong ban do jang sun che kon jo sum ye de chen za wai sun za lun te le rang jin jang chu Ngô rang jin tu je kyo kor lai jang chun ning bo hong ban do jang sun che. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. Bodhicitta. Nazo Nawa Chunde Zenre Ke Korwa Logo Jodo Chambe Hendro Rang Re Se Ying So Ying El Se Che Tse Me She Ying Ang Ne Sem Ke Hendo Ko Nazo Nawa Chunde Zenre Ke Korwa Logo Jodo Chambe Hendro Rang re se ying su ying el se che tse me she ying an ne sem ge hento. Ko na tso nang wa chun de zin re ge korwa logo jodo chambe ro. Rang re se ying su ying el se che tse me she ying an ne sem ge do. Alas, the mesmerizing display of mirrored appearances, like a mirage of the moon in water, beings grasping it as real wander continuously in samsara. To bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness, I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurables. Alas, the mesmerizing display of mirrored appearances, like a mirage of the moon in water, beings grasping it as real wander continuously in samsara. To bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness, I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurables. Alas, the mesmerizing display of mirrored appearances, like a mirage of the moon in water, beings grasping it as real wander continuously in samsara. To bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness, I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurables. Okay, finally dissolve all sentient beings, the notion of bodhicitta, the one who is practicing great compassion, the object of great compassion, all dissolve inseparably in basic space, and you rest. And then all of a sudden you visualize you are in your ordinary form, and then your lama above the crown of your head in front of the sky as Vajra Sattva. Age 43. Dani tam jiwo ron pe karanda we dengi we Hongle lama in dorje sem karase longche zombe dorje de zen ma in terke la in chansa in de panchong Jesen dambe tolo jai chenche son la bab chang dom Keton da wa ingebe ten hongye tamara nga kego Te bai nga ke jukul we yabrum der jorsam Te tse jan chu sim ke chen gabur do dara zampa Da dan kamzum sim jenge le dan nen mo dung jo Ne den de re ne don re ma le jang bara ze do san Om Banzar Sando Samaya Mano Balaya Benza Sado Teno Ba Dirza Dirdo Mebo Sudo Kaya Mebo Subo Kaya Mebawa Norado Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Mitsedam Shriam Kuru Hung Ha 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 Sarva Dada Gada Benzer Mame Manza Benzer Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Banzar Sado Samaya Mano Balaya Benza Sado Deno Badirza Dirdo Mebo Sudo Kaya Mebo Subo Kaya Mebawa Norado Mebo Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Mitsedam Shriam Kuru Hung Ha 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 hum Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gada Benzer Mame Manza Benzer Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Banzara Sado Samaya Mano Balaya Benza Sado Teno Badirza Dirdo Mebo Sudo Kaya Mebo Subo Kaya Mebo Anurado Mebo Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Mitsedam Shriam Guru Hung Ha 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 Hum Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gada Benzer Mame Manza Benzer Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe Page 47. Gombo dani meshe momba ye damze lene galjen nam lama gumbe jamze je zo doje zemba te duje chenbu dani chen ro zola da jamche gu sun tu zawa dan yen lai ge damze nyamba damjen tholo sha so Tikpa dan dripa ni don drime so tam jen jang jen dan para jen do se. Page 50. Dorje sembe ge jen zumba dan chebe rege bo ke ge de dre ni don tam jen dan pa yin no she nang wai jen jen ye do shun ne. Rang la tembe ken le rang ni jang do je senpai nang dong me long nang ge zung ne tabur jurpe tu so hung ge taram arang a ge yik dru shibo selwa le wezare tepe kam zum ne ju dan je ba dur zen ring ten dan tembe rang jen do sang ge para Om Banza, Sandom Banza, Sadom Banza, Sandom 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 Banza, Sodom Banza, Sandom Banza, Sodom Banza, Sodom Banza, Sodom Banza, Sandom Banza, Sandom Banza, Sandom Banza, Sandom Banza, Sodom 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 Banza, Benza Sodom 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 Benza Benza Sodom 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 Benza Benza Sodom 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 Benza Benza Sodom 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 Benza Benza Sodom 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 Benza Benza Sodom Benza Sodom Benza Sodom Benza Sodom Benza Sodom. Then Vajra Sabha dissolving inside the sit syllable in your heart, and then finally the sit syllable dissolving tracelessly into basic space. Then you remain in that basic space for a while. And then the mandala offering, page 53. Amahun Donzun Jeden Jawa Trajeshen Rinchen Daden Lame Jorbeta Dale Longchen Chemba Yongbulgi Cheke Kolo Jorwe Setosh Omen Dechen Domba Gebe Shin Yepai Ngade Ringe Sombochen Deyen Chebe Tenbon Same Bai Pilwe Longwe Shingla Jembarosh Nangse namda shunum bumbe go tuje maga chene rube kudan tile zemba namda jin pyewe chegu shenla jembara isho sai je bejo joje medo jamri rabling she nende gemba de Sangye jingdo mekde pulwa ye drogen namda shenla jembara sho Idam Guru Radna Mandala Tram Guru Radna Mandala Kam Puja Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Then the Kusali Mandala offering. Page 59. Lu jezen borwe lade jom sem sang ben gone yung la ten. Chinda ge do jon tre mara jo yenen moy de jom de go ge. So pong ben de jom te bai de yen le je tsul ge ben da to. Kusum ge me go ge bo jan nang tong sum gang we bam ro de. Attendant, hamye de zrejo de sumge nebe jang bejo. Oma, 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 oma. Oma, 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 oma. Oma, 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 oma. Oma homa 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 ya che denge to dam kan so zo ne cho denge ro to maru korwe dene lencha jan ke barado ne je gegre sem Eden dan barche yung su jin kengen dan da zin dul la. Tarache jadan che yo male kun she zo bai chen boro ma che. So finally, offering, offerer, and guests dissolve uncontrived into the original nature of Dzogpa Chenpo. Like that. Now, Guru Yoga, page 65. Emma ho rama hundro dan bai rab jan shin ke bai rab zo santo pare. Rani jezen dorje nel jora ma che chane marse jiteze. Shamne dor dai jenson nam garazi jioro pema bumdel nidete. Shamne kundu tsowe lama da yerme tsoke dorje drube karma dande shun shazu chen pekai chege zabere domase. Shelche chani gepo rorbe dai chaye doje yembe tebo. Ulla dande peme nenju se chenkun yenai deton yumcho. Bebe sulge kadram tsesum nam jazere tigle wepon lonash. Chikoro yenge drawe zebe lon drube jeban nishu sanghata. Jabe benro rize yedam lai kandro chechon dam chen chendarat. Selton namne chembo ngando se. Back to page 65. Emaho, my own perception is the spontaneously perfect, all-encompassing pure M. Arrayed perfectly as the glorious copper-colored mountain, in its center I am Vajra Yogini with one face and two hands, brilliantly red and holding a hook knife and skull cup. My two legs are in advancing pose, my three eyes gazing into the sky. Above the crown of my head, on 100,000 petal lotuses, sun and moon disk seed, inseparable from my own root lama, the embodiment of all sources of refuge, appears the Nirmana Kaya lake-born Vajra. His body glows with youth, white with a tinge of red. He wears a gown, monastic shawl, cloak, and robe, with one face, two hands, and seated in a majestic posture. In his right hand he holds a Vajra, in his left a skull cup containing the vase of immortality. And on his head he wears the 5-petal lotus crown. In the crook of his left elbow he holds the supreme consort of bliss and emptiness, concealed as a 3-pronged Khatvanga. He presides amidst a shimmering aura of rays and rings of rainbow light. All around him, enveloped in a beautiful lattice of white, blue, yellow, red, and green light, are the 25 disciples, king and subject, Panditas and Siddhas of India and Tibet, Rigzins and Idam deities, Dhakinis, Dharmapalas, and protectors. Those who keep the Samaya, all gathered like billowing clouds, vividly and distinctly visualized in the great equanimity of clarity and emptiness. Ogen yuge nomjan sam pema ge sen dongpo la ya zen choge ngodrom ne pema june shesura. Kordo kandro mamben kor kege jesun dai drupche jenge lapshe shekso se. Guru pema sinde hong hong uje yuge nobjan sam pema gesen dombo la yazen chogen odrum ne pema june shesura kondo kandro mambe kor kege jesun dai drupje jenge lapshe shekso se. Guru Pema Sinde Hong Hong Uje Yuge Nobjan Zan Pema Geser Dongpo La Yazen Choge Ngodrum Ne Pema June Shesura Kondo Kandro Mambe Gor Keke Jesu Dai Drupje Jenge Lobshe Shekso Se Guru Pema Sinde Hong Sasum. Okay, page 71. You visualize all sentient beings along with us, our body transformed in infinite numbers as equal to the specks of dust. We render prostrations like that. Number Nghe shan yu zhe ting zin tu nang si che pe cha zhe pe. Gu sun mi ge le nam gu che gui ngang du sha. Den bai ni ge du bai yin ge soi kun lai je ye fang. Rek chen sum ge dul ja lai tek sun che koro korwa na kun. Jizen korwa ma don bar nyang ye me dai shu sun de. Tisum sambe gezai gun janchu chenpo juru. Page 71. Free, equal to the number of atoms in the universe, I multiply my body and offer prostrations. Through the power of samadhi, both real and those mentally emanated, all appearances and possibilities are presented as the gesture offering. All non-virtuous karma of my body, speech, and mind are confessed in the luminous state of the Dharmakaya. I rejoice in the accumulation of all virtue contained within the true truth. For the three types of beings to be tamed, I request you to turn the wheel of Dharma of the three yanas. Until samsara is emptied, I pray that you remain without passing into nirvana. All the roots of virtue accumulated in the three times, I dedicate as the cause for attaining Supreme Buddhahood. Page 74. Jizen Guru Rinpoche Kene Sangye Tamje Ke Tuje Jinlai Dube Pe Semje Yongge Konje Po Le Dan Longche Loning Dan Debai Membare Kenlabo Dene Jancho Mato Bai Kido Legne Tomegwe Jizen Chenpo Pe Jun Ken Dalai Resai Shenai Me Tatai Dunge Nime Mize Dunge Damdu Jin Dele Chopshe Maha Guru Wangshe Kurche Jenlai Chen Toba Porche Tuje Chen Jibne Jongshe Nu Tu Chen. Back to page 74. O Guru Rinpoche, precious Lama, you are the glorious embodiment of the compassion and blessings of all of the Buddhas, the only protector of all sentient beings. My body, wealth, lungs, heart, and chest I offer to you without hesitation. From now until I attain Buddhahood, in happiness or sorrow, in circumstances good or bad, in situations high or low, Great precious Lama, lotus born, think of me. I have no one else to turn to. The beings of this degenerate times are sinking in the swamp of unbearable suffering. Protect us from all of these, O great Guru. Grant us the four empowerments, O Blessed One. Deepen our realization, O Compassionate One. Purify the two obscurations, O Powerful One. Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Benza Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Benza Guru Guru Tam Shabbat Bhumachana Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Benza Guru Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi. Okay, page 77, the lineage prayer. Ema ho jache cholon drewe shinkam ne dambo sangye chiku kondo zan longu chude roze dorje sen chukuru zenzo gara doje la sewa dezo jinlai wanguru ze shiri singhai dendam cheke ze jambe shene tegu korlo juru jana sutra penchen vimala Sewa devso dolje lamna ten zambu lingi jenje pemaj. Ngeber tuke sencho jebandro tute janso dadro longchen sha. Kandro yingze kamba jingme ling sewa devso jebo tobro tsa. Chinle weze gewe nyugo dang padro kenze nazo randro tse. Chege lodre kenze yezer dan kajen dame tsawe lama la. Sewa depso nelo ranjur ten sile ngebra jungwe shenlo ke. Dorje lama dende mekjen te cheson kadro zame nyamden ba. Temchay mebe drupso sheru ke tujo gombe jenlai pawarash. Nansi korde yene womi shen hanga chegro dazo mimpe. Panglai jaze mimpe zombai che shena yeche lede rikpeda. Cheni ngonsun jembara tongwara sho tseme toba namdro jazere. Kudan tigle nyamna gondo perikse longgo shingam zela. Cheze lode chembro sange te shunu bungro tense sembarash. Shindu neljora nyamwo machunde rale dame yangso madron. Namji Zeyen Duje Dongwe Ze Chiwa Yusen Kanda Che Kurusha Bardo Nancha Longchen Zogoro Jo Cheche Tege Lamge Zezon Mamban Bojo Tambor Drower Sho Sanche Yusen Tepa Choke Ze Sange Shenne Mitse Chekwe Shen Ngonjuru Deme Salamadron Magom Sangye Cheng Lam Cho Lai Tene Ranjin Trube Jingat Kebara Pema Uke Podando Rezen Janso Zocho Genj Sanchen Chege Gaden Gebe Sa Seke Toro Kene Uyont Tayen Drove Netso Dajuro Sho Rezen Gewai Janso Janlab Shenye Sami Chaben Demba Yen Dejo Tenlai Zome Jansumgi Dendre Onjuro Sange Tom Parasho. For empowerments. Guru Minzamne Omye Choje Tamburo Tsarwale Wizarente Rangi Chiwone Jo Luke Ledan Zaye Jibandan Kun Dorje Jenla Jo Bombe Wan Toy Kerim Gene Dojur Name Rexenge Savente Chuke Gofan Tombe Kalwa Jola Sha. Page 84. From the letter Om, radiant like a crystal at the Lama's forehead, rays of light stream forth and enter my forehead, purifying negative actions of the body and obscurations of the channel. The blessing of the Vajra body is infused. The vase empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the generation stage. The seed of the completely matured Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Nirvana Kaya is established within my mind. Jimbane haye pema raga tara barwa le vezerete rangi jimbane shu ngage le dan lunge jimbada sun dorje jenlai shu sangwe wan to deje gene doju sewa rezenge savente lonje zoku gawange kawa jula sha. Page 85. From the letter R, blazing like a ruby at the Lama's throat, rays of light stream forth and enter my throat, purifying negative actions of the speech and obscurations of the inner wind. The blessing of Vajra speech is infused. The secret empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the practice of mantra recitation. The seed of the Rigzin with power over life is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Sambhoga Kaya is established within my mind. Tuke Hongye Namge Dojen Le Vezerete Range Ningae Neshu Ike Ledan Tigle Jiban Dae Tu Dorje Janlai Shu Shera Yeshe Ge Wan To De Don Zendale Ne Dujur Chaja Rezenge Savente Chego Gopange Kawa Jola Sha. Page 86. From the sky-colored letter hung at the Lama's heart, rays of light stream forth and enter my heart, purifying negative actions of the mind and obscurations of the essence. The blessing of Vajra mind is infused. The wisdom empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the Zendali practice of bliss and emptiness. The seed of the Mahamudra Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Dharmakaya is established within my mind. Lara hyang tuge hongle hongye nipa she karda pangpa shindu che rangsem dan tade me baraje kunshe le dan she je je pa chang Yeshe doje janlai shui tsege tsenpai dendam ge wang to. Kada zobai chenpe nendu juru runjo rezenge savente. Tato ge debu ngowo nikwe gopange galwa julai shahai. Page 87, second last line. Once more from the letter Hung at the Lama's heart, a second Hung streaks out like a shooting star, merging inseparably with my mind, purifying the karma of the all-round and conceptual obscurations. The blessing of Vajra wisdom is infused. The ultimate symbolizing word empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the Dzogchen chamber of original purity. The seed of the spontaneously accomplished Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Savabhavika Kaya, the final fruition is established within my mind. Okay, now into our mind training. We'll go to the insert page, Roman numeral 5. To go to the night. Okay. Tuzum sangye tam chege ngogo kuje dane palde lama damba la sewa de so tala wanguro jenge labdo se zablange tobai ke barajen julai ke warajen je labdo se kada nelu ke dawai do barajen ge labdo se tundro nanje yeshe tarjen barajen ge labdo se Tujage miller rimboche de nebarakawa dobara jinge labdosa. I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the 3 times, the embodiment of the 4 Kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the 4 visions of spontaneous presence. I pray that you bless me to realize how difficult it is to attain this precious human body. I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the 3 times, the embodiment of the 4 Kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the 4 visions of spontaneous presence. I pray that you bless me to realize how difficult it is to attain this precious human body. Okay, now read. You can read the guide or the words of my perfect teacher, whichever. Channel of Affliction. Del Jomil passato. Okay. Now, then do the analytical meditation. So, whatever you have read, bring it to your experience, your understanding. And then say to yourself, all of that, what you read, if that were to be the case, would I be able to practice Dharma? So, keeping in contrast to those situations, so you meditate and contemplate, and then till you gain the conviction that I need to be determined in practicing the Dharma. So think like that. And so you go on examining us, analyzing in that way. And then when you kind of gain that confidence or determination, then you rest and then remain in meditation without any elaboration, without chasing after your past, anticipating the future, or being distracted and so forth. Just rest. Okay. So now we'll do the accumulation of the refuge. Well, before this one, you have to do the aspiration prayers. It's in the insert. Is after the dedication, prayers of sublime aspiration. Page Roman numerals 7. Dharma. Dalwa Thom Ning Boy Che Ge Wu Che Goro Zhou Chan Che Min Che Pe Yin Da Dan Da Drai Mon Be Sem Che Na Del Jura Ning Bo Lem Bara Jing Ge Lo. One more time. Although I've owned these freedoms, I'm poor in dharma, which is their essence. Although I have entered the dharma, I'm distracted doing other things. Bless me and those foolish beings like me, that we may attain the very essence of the freedoms and endowments and advantages. Okay, now page 6. Okay, bring in mind the refuge tree again, and then recite the refuge prayer. Lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, che la japsu chi wo, genda la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, che la japsu chi wo, genda la japsu chi wo. Lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, che la japsu chi wo, genda la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, che la japsu chi wo. Gendal la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, chen la japsu chi wo, gendal la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, chen la japsu chi wo, gendal la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, chen la japsu chi wo, gendal la japsu chi wo. Lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, chen la japsu chi wo, gendal la japsu chi wo, lama la japsu chi wo, sangye la japsu chi wo, chen la japsu chi wo, gendal la japsu chi wo. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu. Chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal. Lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu, chen la japsu, gendal la japsu, lama la japsu, sangye la japsu. Lama Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Jozo Lamala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo 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 Lamala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala 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 Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Jozo Chela Jozo Gendala Jozo Lamala Jozo Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Josa Sangla Josa Chela Jomzang in the Josa Lamla Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, 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 Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, 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 Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gandal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson. Sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala jom zang yedal jozo lam le jozo sang le jozo chala Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jomza Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jomza Gidal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jomza Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gidal Jozo 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 Lamal Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza 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 Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Sangla Jaza Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza 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 Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza 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 Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza 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 Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Gendal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza Lamal Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal Jaza 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 Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Jaza Sangla Jaza Jala Jaza Gendal 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 Jaza Lamal Jaza Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson. Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, 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 Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal 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 Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson. Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, Lamal Johnson, Sangla Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Johnson, Sangla Johnson, Chana Johnson, Gendal Johnson, 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 Lamal Johnson. Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Gendal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala 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 Jozo Gendal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo Lamal Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo Lamal Jozo 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 Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal Jozo 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 Lamal Jozo Lamal Jozo Sangla Jozo Chala Jozo Gendal 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 Jozo Lamal Jozo Lamul Jasa Sangla Jasa Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson 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 Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Lamul Jasa Sangla Jasa Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson 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 Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson 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 Lamul Jasa Sangla Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson 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 Lamul Jasa Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson 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 Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson 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 Lamul Jasa Sangla Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson 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 Chenla Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Jasa Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Johnson Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Johnson Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Lamul Johnson Sangla Johnson Johnson Gendel Johnson Sangla Johnson Chenla Johnson Gendel Johnson Cheo. Okay. Lama la japsu cheo, sangen la japsu cheo, chen la japsu cheo, genden la japsu cheo. Refuge in our Ngondro text. Refuge, page 37 in our Ngondro text. Kunjo sumye dejen zawan sum salon tere ranjen janchus. Ngo ranjen tujen kyo koron jancho ningbo bandu jamsun che. Kunjo sumye dejen zawan sum salon tere ranjen janchus. Ngo ranjen tujen kyo koron jancho ningbo bandu jamsun che. Kunjo sumye dejen zawan sum salon tere ranjen janchus. Ngo ranjen tujen kyo koron jancho ningbo bandu jamsun che. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. Okay, back to the insert. It's a dedication after the Refuge Prayer. Page 7. Gewan de yen nurdun da kunjo sumbo drubjurne drowa chechai malupa de ye salai gun parasho. Through the merit of this practice, may I swiftly accomplish the three jewels and establish every sentient beings without exception on their level. Okay, now to the conclusion in the Ngondro. Page 89. Page 89. Namje tse duje tse rana ngaya pereje. Sonjo drembe jingam so jule dorje neljorama. Seltsele ke gongbo jetse jurne jetse pejonta. Yerme chemboro sange de nine dombe jutrege. Yeshe chembe rolba le kamsun semje malepa. Jembe de ben damba ro jembe ma yo sa. Sawai ninge gelne de kazam sezam ma ye no. Chen lai tu ge long ne ze samden dro bara ze lo se. Back to page 89. When my life is at its end, my perception, the glorious copper-colored mountain, the pure ram of Naya, indivisible from Nirmana Kaya's pure ram, and my body Vajra Yogini is transformed into a radiant, brilliant sphere of light. Merging inseparably with Jetsun Pema Joni, I attain Buddhahood. Then from the display of vast primordial wisdom, the miraculous manifestation of bliss and emptiness, for every single being in the three realms, let me appear as their supreme guide. Jetsun Pema, grant this, so I pray. I pray to you from the bottom of my heart. These are not just empty words. I pray that you grant your blessings from the expanse of your wisdom mind and cause all my aspirations to be fulfilled. Page 92. Lame tuka ne uze marbo jedain jebaje welge jungwai dani dorje neljora marasewe ningai rekbai tsamge we marage gongbo shuktu junne guru rimbo che tukara timbe erme roche tu juru. From the heart center of the Lama, a beam of light, red and warm, suddenly appears, and with myself visualized as Dorje Neljorma, it touches my heart and I'm instantaneously transformed into a sphere of red light, which dissolves into Guru Rinpoche's heart, and I become inseparable with him in one taste. Onden zongwen lama rimbo chen dagi ningarai peme tenjo la. Kadren chenpo ngone jezon de kozon toge ngadron tsandosa. Palden lame nambara tarbain lai keche tsamyan lotai mege. Chizel bara tongwe mege ge lame jen lai sen lai jobara sho. Kewai kundu hyandai lamai dan jalme chege balai longje che. Sadan lamge yende rabzo ne dorje change gopan to parasho. Jamben bao jindara kemba dan kundo zambo deyan dejende. De dan gunge jesu dan lo jenge wai de dan tamje rabdo. De sum shebe inge wai tamje ge wai gan lai chodo ngapate. Dagi gewe zawai de dai jai zambo che che rabdo ngore ge. Kandu gebe gewai tamjendo tore yenden denden tobarasho. Kemai tadu chedan jejuru je tsejin rube rangwa ye parasho. Niryan lama damba neje chen nendan zendu chenla je barasho. Chedo nene nimbo dendru den zende simbe jansu gawarasho. Simba dambe chera tenje chen shenben rulai chonga me parasho. Labchen shenden chore me baye tamche chamche sangen tom parasho. Page 94. Just as the heroic Manjushri realized and Samanta Bhadra too, I will train in their examples and perfectly dedicate all of these virtues. All of the conquerors of the three times in whichever way they supremely dedicate. I too will perfectly dedicate all my roots of virtue for the excellent conduct. In all of my lifetimes where I am born, may I obtain the 7 qualities of higher realms. Upon taking birth, may I immediately meet the Dharma and have the freedom to practice it perfectly. In that life, may I please the Sublime Lama and practice the Dharma day and night. Having realized the Dharma, may I accomplish the ultimate meaning of the essence. And may I cross over the ocean of worldly existence in this very life. May I thoroughly teach the sublime Dharma within the world and never become disheartened or weary of accomplishing the benefit of others. Through working impartially for the vast benefit of others, may all beings attain Buddhahood together. Om Ahum Benzai Guru Dhamma Sindhi Hum. 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 No, okay, Allah everybody. So reflect back on your session and then see how it went. So if you, that's first of all, examining is important. Then if you made mistakes or if you had errors and your mind was distracted and so forth, then confess and purify that. Shakpa is to acknowledge the mistakes, bringing in your mind, and in front of the Lama, Vajra Sattva, then you make this firm commitment saying that next session, I will be vigilant. I will make sure that I will not waste my time. Rather, I will be more concentrated and focused and dedicated in my practice like that. And then any merit that we have accumulated, we dedicate for the attainment of the perfect and complete precious Buddhahood of all sentient beings. So that's just how you practice. Okay, that's all. Okay. So today we accumulated 800 refuges. So more and more we go ahead, what we will do is we'll learn to do the practice effortlessly without having to talk more about all of these breathing and so on and so forth, and just rising up, doing the prayer, and then assuming the posture of the body, and cleansing the breath, blessing the speech, blessing the wind first, Om Ahum, and then blessing the speech, and then bringing all of these visualizations clearly. And then we call the Lama from afar, and then we go in all of the recitations of the Ngondro, and then go through all the way to the 4 empowerments, and then again supplicate to the Lama, and then we engage in the contemplation of the 4 thoughts. And then thereby, the reading will be lesser, the reading will be shorter, and our analytical meditation and our placement meditation will be longer. And thereafter, then we'll have more time to do the accumulation. So think in that way, and learn to read the phonetics fast. And it's more like, of course, it's like a tongue twister, but do that, and there is inconceivable benefit in reciting the words of the omniscient master Jigme Lingpa, who is inseparable from Longchen. So like that is how we should practice. Okay, do you have any questions?
Khenpo, could you please remind me at what point Guru Rinpoche rises from the central channel to rest on our head? Please.
When we're doing Lama Keno, there are 3 Lama Kenos. Lama Keno, or Lama Ken. It's either way is fine. Lama Ken, Lama Ken, Lama Ken. So that Lama Ken is like mantra. The Lama Ken is like mantra. And then we have 3 things going simultaneously. The recitation of the mantra, which is the invocation, and then what it means, and then how we concentrate. So that 6-line recitation of invoking the Lama, Nyingthig, from the center of my heart, from this lotus of devotion, arise, O Lama. That first Lama Keno is referring to those 2 lines. Lama, rise from the lotus petal of my devotion through my central channel. And then the second 2 lines, you're saying, I, the miserable one. What is our line here? From the blossoming lotus of devotion at the center of my heart, arise, O kind Lama, my only refuge. So the first Lama Ken is equivalent to the first 2 lines. Arise, O Lama, my only refuge. The second Lama Ken is, in order to protect me, the miserable, unfortunate one who is overwhelmingly tormented by karma and mental affliction, we bring forth the understanding of why we are taking refuge in the Lama, is we understand samsara is this dungeon where there is no protection. The only way that we can be saved is through taking refuge in the Lama who embodies the 3 jewels. So like that. The second one is bringing in mind why we take refuge. So invoking the Lama's blessing that we take refuge. So the third Lama Ken is equivalent to, I pray that you remain as the jewel ornament on the crown chakra of great bliss, arousing all of my mindfulness and awareness. It is, the Lama is now our own awareness. So that it's not the external Lama, it's our constant reminder, our constant mindfulness and awareness that we need to cultivate this practice. That is now the Lama. So our Lama now appears as our awareness is now our Lama. It's not the Lama that we objectify as someone outside, but it is our awareness that constantly reminds us why we need to extract this essence of Dharma. So this is how we need to do. So when we are doing this, Lama calling from afar, rises up, then sits on the thousand petal lotus of devotion here on the crown chakra. So about the crown chakra here. That's how we invoke the Lama. So then all through the day, when you're sitting and meditating, the Lama is right here on the crown, facing toward you, just like you see the picture here. It's when you look at the picture, the Lama is looking directly at you. You see that he is sitting on top of me, but then I can see that he is facing directly. So like that. You can never see the back of the Lama like that. Then when you walk around, the Lama is on your shoulder, on your right shoulder, as if you're circumambulating all the time, circumambulating. Then when you're eating, the Lama is in your throat, where everything that you eat and drink, you make offering to the Lama, like that. So then when you sleep, the Lama is in your heart. So when you go to sleep, the Lama dissolves there. And the last place you remember where the Lama was is in your heart. So that's why in the morning when you wake up, then you invoke the Lama arising from the center channel, resting above on your crown chakra, like that. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I have to bend.
Temple, I wanted to ask about something I read.
Yes.
So I read from The Great Chariot by Longchen, and I guess it's pretty straightforward, but I never heard this explanation before, so I was hoping maybe you could comment a little more on it. He says, being such a vessel is applicable to all the vehicles, in particular as for the freedoms and favors of the unsurpassable vessel, the Jewel of Space Sutra says. The Bodhisattva Akasha Garbha asked, Bhagawan, how should the freedoms and favors be viewed? This was the word of the Buddha. If they are divided up by the discursive conceptions of mind, they are abused. This should be known as disrupting what we are engaged in. After discursive conceptions of mind have been pacified, resting within mind's nature is known as freedom. The favors are knowing the nature of mind. Since we are favored with the attainment of what mind really is, that is being well favored.
This is from the Avatamsaka Sutta. Which one? Which sutra that you said?
It says the Jewel of Space.
Space, Channel of Space. Channel of Space. Okay. I don't know what did to say. I don't remember that one. Can you read that one? Like, okay, Bhagavan, and what's Bhagavan's answer?
If they are divided up by the discursive conceptions of mind, they are abused. This should be known as disrupting what we are engaged in. After discursive conceptions of mind have been pacified, Resting within mind's nature is known as freedom. The favors are knowing the nature of mind. Since we are favored with the attainment of what mind really is, that is being well favored.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what the Buddha is saying is, so long as we are occupied or preoccupied within our conceptual mind, then there is never a freedom. There's never a freedom. I guess that's what the Buddha is saying. So, and so as long as we are occupied by the mind, then that is samsara. So samsara has no freedom. And then when you bring the awareness in your mind, then it's endowed knowing, like when we know the nature of our mind, the mind has all the qualities. For example, recognizing the true nature or the empty aspect. These are all the wisdom aspects, like empty, selfless. And then when we say selfless, egolessness. And dogmat, it's like saying free from I. And this similar like that, free from object, so free from phenomena and so forth. And then it's wisdom, then endowed with the wisdom qualities. Everything is just like, then it comes like wisdom of unelaborated or free from elaboration. So I guess that's like saying the definite way. I think Buddha Bhagwan here is saying, so long that we are within the grip of our concept within our mind, then there is no such thing as freedom, because samsara is caused by mind. So as when you are in the domain of mind, that's samsara. When you are free from mind, when you are in awareness, that awareness itself is the aspect of mind. Here, when we say mind, the conceptual mind is the mind, that is confused mind. The mind that realizes being free from existence and so forth, bringing the awareness that mind itself is free from any kind of existence or any kind of object and so forth. That's awareness. That awareness itself is wisdom, and wisdom is fully endowed. Wisdom is not like it has to start training from one level like that. Wisdom is fully endowed, and that is how the Dzogchen, like that would be like how the Dzogchen would say that Buddhahood is manifest. It's already manifest. It's already fully blossomed. And onto that one, then all philosophical schools are formulated. Some say, oh, it's not yet evident. It has to manifest. But like in the Dzogchen and so forth, that wisdom, recognizing the selflessness of that mind being free from any existence, free from any concept and so forth, is Buddhahood is already fully blossomed and manifest. The example that we know very well, the classic example, is like the luminosity or the brightness of the sun is already there. We don't need to make it any brighter. The clouds and so forth, that adventitious clouds and so forth, the removal of the clouds and so forth does not cause the brightness of the sun. Others, they say, the brightness, pushing out the cloud, blowing out the cloud, or moving the clouds from in front of the sun and so forth, they think that causes Buddhahood. but Buddhahood is already manifest. So I guess Bhagavan here, Buddha is talking in that definite way of expressing what freedom actually and endowment means. So long you are occupied. So it's only that example is kept in our, so it's this, we could say this is like a pointing out thing, like saying, so long you are preoccupied in your mind, disturbed by your affliction, you're never free. But when you bring forth, so when you recognize that you're free from that grasping habit and so forth, you have the freedom. And then not just that way, then see this Shravakas and so forth, they realize being free from affliction. But when it comes to wisdom, the wisdom is not blossomed, just like this. We are saying here that Buddha's wisdom is not evident yet. It has to be manifested, or has to be, make manifest and so forth, like that. So for Shravakas and so forth, they remain in that state of peace, nirvana. And that is what is called as gokpa. It's just a cessation. It's just a state where they have stopped suffering, that's all. They haven't manifest through, they haven't fully blossomed Buddhahood. So it's just that they have, what they have done is the fire has gone out, so there's no suffering, but wisdom has not been blossomed. So why? Because of the lack of understanding true nature, or lack of the view. So yeah, that is all I could think of.
Thank you, Kempo.
Mhm. Okay. Anybody else? When the Lama is in your heart, is it like a red sphere of energy? Yeah, Lama is red light. Red light is okay. Blue light is okay. Red light is okay. Doesn't matter. It's just light. Light has so many different kind of colors. So, and if you feel your body like cold, then red light will help you. If you feel your body needs like warmth and bliss and so forth, then red light will help you. Then in general, just blue light does not conflict. Blue light is best, because blue is the light of space and basic space or basic nature, then does not disrupt any other. If you already have too much fire, perhaps if you have too much like desire, and then to further visualize red would make your fire even more intense. So in terms of your afflictions, it will cure your passion and so forth, but in your elemental level, it will cause a little bit of disruption, because you'll have more heat in your body. So more heat in your body would pacify some of, like when you have too much heat in your body, then the water element will be reduced, meaning it will burn your water element. So it will dry your water element, like that. This is how in the meditation it is done. So you have to be skillful enough to see what kind of elemental build you are. Blue light is perfect. Blue light is the best. And because it's compatible to fire, it's compatible to water, it's compatible to wind, it's compatible to earth, like that. So does not contradict. Red light is okay. Red light, Guru Rinpoche is red. Guru Rinpoche belongs to the speech family, wisdom speech family, red in color, like that. But according to the scriptural transmission, Guru Rinpoche is there in the form of luminous light. So it could be blue light, it could be just light. So light is more like, when you think it's luminous, light seems as if like it's white or bright, like that. Blue. Yeah. When I go to sleep, I only see that it is just radiant. It's like white or yellow or gold, or it's just bright. It's like when you look into like the light bulbs and so forth, you see it's like white or gold, or it's clear like that. So you can think like that. If you feel cozy with the red light, then you can visualize red light too.
And is the light like a big light in your heart center, or is it a little small?
In the beginning, when you visualize, it's like the size of a thumb, and it's constant. It's always like that, never dimming. It's there all the time. Then later on, when you develop that light, meaning the luminosity, the brightness of the light kind of goes on, but the size of the light is always there. That same Guru Rinpoche is there, size of the thumb, but the brightness, it kind of expands. It goes, your whole body becomes luminous or radiant or transparent, like that. And then that one spreads onto your bed, spreads onto your wall, your room, like that. And then your house is now radiant like that, a ball of fire, like that. Then
Thank you.
okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, that was Kira's question. If you feel that we have to move back and forth too much, print this handout or copy it on piece of paper so that you don't have to. If you can print, you do that, or if you want to write it in your own handwriting, you can.
I can print it. I just don't have it.
Okay.
I don't have the insert.
Okay, it's just few pages. I think. Do you see here? Lindsay sent you here on the. Do you see that? Here says there's a PDF here.
Oh, just now. Okay, let me.
Yeah,
Because
she sent it.
I just have the Buddha Puja and the Nundro.
Yeah, copy this one. It's how many pages do you have? It's just like 7 or 8 pages
Oh, yeah,
only.
I copy that.
Yeah, you have good handwriting, so do that nicely.
What Lynn's email?
I also emailed it to you, Kira.
I'm gonna look for your email right now. What's your email address, Lynn?
You can use lclinquire@gmail. I'll type it in the chat.
No, I'm just looking for it. Oh, I see it. Nundro text PDF on Tuesday, and today insert for mind training. I have it. Thank you.
Yeah, download it. Yeah,
That's
have it
great.
handy. So then
I'm going to print it right
yeah.
now.
Kempo?
Especially when we're reading from the tablet like that, then you have to go back and search for it, and
Exactly.
if you have it spread in front of you, it
Much
makes
easier.
it very smooth for your practice. So removes all those unnecessary frustrations and so forth. Like I told you, we want to make everything that's conducive for our practice. So easy reach, very easy. That like flipping the pages and so forth. You don't need to do that. And
No.
in the Tibetan, it's so easy when you're doing. That's why, the loose leaf, you can always pull the mark here like that. If I need to go from this page to here, I kind of, they are kept in different. See here, I just pull this way. So then I keep it like this, and then I can just go from 4 empowerments. I can just go to the refuge there. And then when I want to come back immediately after the refuge, this fold here ends the 4 empowerments, and right there it's so.
That makes sense.
And
Also,
also you see this one traditional Tibetan, and takes very small space. Otherwise, the book, if you have like a big book, you need like the whole table for it to fold, this way, that way, like small page. It hardly takes. It just takes this space so small like that.
it's much easier.
Mhm.
And I love that you have us reading. That's so great.
Yeah, you have to read. It's all about accumulation. You have to read. You cannot just stay quiet. You have to read together, loudly, clearly, melodiously.
I found the commentary on Words of My Perfect Teacher on Amazon, a brand new one, but it's being sold as, used. It was only $10.
Nice. You mean the commentary is the blue one, yeah?
The blue one. I have this here.
Wonderful. Yeah, do that. Yeah, read. It's very wonderful. Yeah.
But I just ordered the blue one.
Yeah, wonderful. That's good. Yeah. In the meantime, just read the other one that you have.
Okay.
So,
I am. I love this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm also reading Luminous Mind by Kala Rinpoche.
Nice. That's good.
Which is really good.
Yeah. But during the Ngondro,
I'm doing that.
Don't read other texts. Read what is in the context of fortunate human birth. Right now we are on the general.
Oh, I didn't print that out. I saw it.
Essential. My hands on the other side. I think here. Essential nature of freedom. We are on day 2.
What page?
Page 19.
Okay.
Page 19 of the thing.
I read up this morning up to page 65. I'm in the health section.
Page 19 is where it begins on the essential nature of freedom. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So do that.
Thank you. This is wonderful because I would not have the discipline to do this without you and us meeting every day at 4 a.m.
Wonderful. Good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, and don't, that's why it's good to keep your camera there so that we see you, you see us. And then, I heard that, sleeping in bed and saying, "Oh my God," is not equivalent to going to church, on Sunday. So, similarly like that, just playing the chanting and then you on your back. I don't think that would be equivalent to accumulation of Ngondro. Okay.
So true.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was somebody who wanted to ask questions. What was that?
Oh,
Okay.
I was just, so your Rinpoche is during the day on your shoulder. Is it also, could we sort of see it as also a ball of light? Or visualize?
He is luminous, so yeah, you can visualize his form. The good thing about Guru Rinpoche is that his splendorous manifestation has a unique quality. It's called the body, his wisdom body, endowed with the fivefold wisdom. Kunga Yeshenga, like five kayas are embodied as well as the five wisdoms. So like we see in the picture, like we have in the refuge tree and so forth, think like that. But rainbow, but not solid body like concrete and flesh and blood body, but luminous body. Yeah, you can visualize like that.
And is there any heat or any sort of?
Oh yeah, there is warmth, there is heat, there is light, there is wind, there is everything, whatever you need. It's there. And the five wisdom, as I'm saying. So the wisdom of space, it's spacious, it's unobstructed. That's the wisdom of earth, that is very tangible, that's like pervasive, it is like firm, stable. It's what you say, capable of germinating or capable of giving rise to anything like that, like the earth. It's full of fertility for growth, for possibility like that. And it's like then the water, like it's fluid. You can change into any form depending on whatever the container is. So it's not just one, but if you pour in a round vessel, it becomes round, and a flat, it's like flat like that. It's always fluid like that. And then fire, warmth, growth, it expands, it heats, it activates like that.
So all that energy is flowing into.
And then wind, yeah, it's free flowing and very swift, like those. So yeah, anything that you do, visualize. You have got good company there. No. And every time you feel lonely, remember he's there all the time. He's never parted. It's the only thing that you are turned around. Like that. Okay. Anybody else? One new message. Tujiche and Tujiche. Okay. How are you, Alexander?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good, yeah, good. Yeah. How are you pacing with the refuge? Can you?
Oh, you mean following along with you?
Yeah, It's okay. You're
It's going
comfortable?
better. Today and yesterday were better.
Okay, good, yeah, just do that. It's just like, those people like in the auction, how they speak fast. I don't know how do they do that. Like that. I don't know what they're saying, like
So, Kempo, one other question. What you were repeating was page 5.
I take refuge in the Lama,
Yes.
I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha, like that. So Lama, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, like that.
Thank you.
Yesterday, Sangye Pema, Nick, he sent me audio like, Kempo, is it okay to recite in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha? I take refuge in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to have 4 sentences. It's not like I take refuge in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Not. So I take refuge in the Lama, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha, like that. Four separate sentences.
And then you have to have the second part, right? Until I reach, and I usually say until I reach enlightenment. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and the
No,
Lama.
you don't need. It's understood. You take refuge from this moment onward until Buddhahood. It's just I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Sangha, I take refuge in the Lama, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha, like that.
And I learned from the Dalai Lama to say, in order to lead all wayfaring beings to safe direction until I reach enlightenment.
That's the other one that we say in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, and like that. That's a different one. This is the fourfold refuge according to the Longchen Nyingthig tradition. When we are doing the accumulation of the refuge, we are allowed to do 30,000 of this. And after that, then we have to do the specific refuge that's in the Ngondro. So we'll have to do 81,000 from the book. So this one only 30. So until we get 30, then we're not counting the other one yet. So once we do this 30,000, then we'll jump to the main refuge from the Ngondro and we'll accumulate that one.
Well, I'm behind because I didn't have this insert.
Yeah, you do take your time during the day and then accumulate. We are now on to 2,900.
Wow.
2,900.
How does one count malas? I've never been good at counting.
Yeah, you don't have your beads too far apart. So have it like 1 bead or half a bead apart so that it's easy to grab your next bead. So that's Alam Lichosa Sang Lichosa Channel Lichosa Lichosa Lam Lichosa Sang Lichosa Channel Lichosa Lam Lichosa Sang Lichosa Channel Lichosa Lam Lichosa Lam Lichosa Sang Lichosa Channel Lichosa Sang Lichosa. We are not going at that speed yet, but we can go faster later. That. So every time you pull bead, as you say, the 4 lines, and then when you come back, when you are here at the, this is called the, the main bead, where you kind of divide both sides. That one, when you come, then you write down or you pull 1 bean or 1 grain of rice on the side, so that you have done 1. Then again, once you come to back to the position, again another bead. So do like that. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, I have plenty of rice.
Yeah, rice. Yeah, rice or whatever you have, like pearls or beans or garbanzo or whatever you have.
Those.
You can have.
Maybe they're easier to see than the grains of rice.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. I shall.
Kempo, when you think of the word refuge, I think of shelter or safety. What meaning?
The refuge is protection, shelter. Like in samsara, there's no protection. It's the fear of samsara. Samsara is suffering, and in order for us to be protected from the suffering of samsara, then who can protect us? Who can provide us that protection? Then only Buddha, not the worldly gods. No one else. So only Buddha.
Okay.
Does he have the power? Yes. Does he have the wisdom? Yes. Does he have the compassion? Yes. So worldly gods, they themselves in the in the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva, it says, how can the worldly gods protect us when they themselves are imprisoned in samsara? So then in whom can we rely that's trusting and undeceiving are the three jewels. So this is how you go for refuge. So you need to understand, like when we're reading those 8 unfree states, and then now in order for us to be free from such kind of existence, then we take refuge in the Buddha. And there are, 4 metaphors you read there. How do we take refuge? In the Buddha as the physician, and then his teachings as his prescriptions, like his advice or his medicine. And then the Sangha as those guides or companions on the path, like that. So in the 4 metaphors, it's like we are the afflicted or the sick person, Buddha as the doctor, his teachings as the prescription and the advice and so forth. And then all of what needs to be done, like, we don't drink alcohol, we don't do drugs, and all of those, what we need, prescriptions and so forth. And then, do's and don'ts that we need to adhere by that one is like how a person in the process of healing has to do that. So medicine that we need to consume or we need to take, we need to exercise, we need to refrain from what we shouldn't be indulging in and so forth. And what we need to do, go out, get fresh air, walk, exercise, laugh, and all of those. These are like what the Buddha is saying. So that's like the practice. And then it's like the essential engagement of what needs to be done in order to recover or to heal from that disease. So four ways as taught there. That's how we take refuge. So good that you understood that one. Those taking refuge means understanding samsara and who can protect Buddha, because he has these 3 qualities: omniscience, that's wisdom, unhindered, and then compassion. That compassion does not have any bias. It's every sentient beings equally.
Yeah.
Like that. And then the power that if we go for refuge, will Buddha be able to grant that? And yes, he has the power to liberate. Yes. Okay. Everybody stay well, take good care, have a good day. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Campo.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Touch the leg. Have a good day. Bye.